We're going to go track now. Track running with one of New Zealand's better performing athletes on the track last year, competing in Oregon at the Worlds and then Commonwealth Games, running ridiculous times. He's been a college athlete in the States, but I'm pretty sure he's permanently domiciled back in New Zealand. I'm not 100% sure. Let's go and find out. He's joining us now, 1,500 metre runner Sam Tanner. G'day, Sam.
G'day, how you doing?
I'm all right, mate. How are you doing? How's your summer going?
Oh, mate, it's been pretty fun. Been a bit of fishing, bit of running, and a bit of surfing, so happy days.
I had you describe to me a little while ago who's a passionate surfer that's quite good at running.
Yeah, that'd probably still be the case.
But what a year last year. I mean, I guess when you sit down at the start of years, you start at 2022, looking, you've got Oregon, you've got the Commonwealth Games. When you got to Christmas and you're having your pavlova and you looked back at your last 12 months, did you tick off everything you wanted?
Yeah, I think so, eh? Like, most of the things I wanted, I always set pretty high, maybe slightly out of reach goals. And so I can't be disappointed with what I've achieved. But, yeah, I definitely blew myself away in many ways last season. So I'm just super thankful to have, the opportunity to do what I do. It's a pretty cool sport. And, it's pretty cool wearing the fern on my chest as well.
And running 3:31 just quietly for a Commonwealth Games 1,500 was... Did that exceed, you set lofty goals. Did you have a goal of a position or a goal of a time going into the Com Games?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. I definitely thought that if it was a little slower, I potentially could have medalled. But because, Craig, my coach, had some good confidence in me and as a 1,500, so you never know what's going to happen. But I thought I was in maybe 3:33 or 3:32 shape, and then to finish crossing that line and look up at the big screen and see 3:31 pop up, I was so stoked, and I didn't care what place I came. I ran 3:31 and, ran faster than John Walker did. And so I was like, that you couldn't ask for more than that, ever. No,
because really, in its purest form, track hasn't really had equipment advances like golf and cricket and tennis and all that sort of thing. It's just arms and legs and mind.
Yeah, pretty much. There's been, the last few years has been slight developments in shoes, but really it's just been, some quality training and getting to see how far you can push your body, eh? So
training-wise and looking at 1,500 metre races, and I've been around long enough to remember the John Walkers and then all the way through the Adrian Blinkos and all of that. A 1,500 metre race, I was going to say it can go one of two ways. It can go one of many ways, but it can be a slow run race with a kick finish, or someone goes balls to the wall from the start and it's fast run and no one really finishes from the back. What pattern of race suits Sam Tanner?
I think I'm quite fortunate. I don't mind a slow race, a sit and kick, but the more I've kind of trained and developed, I am starting to appreciate a fast race, because even if a fast race is, if it comes down to like placing or something, you're never going to be disappointed with a fast time. And so I think I always prefer a fast race now. I used to just prefer a sit and kick, but I think it's a bit harder to sit and kick if you're out of position on the world stage, so it kind of comes down to more who's just the fittest and the fastest on the day. And so that's always the goal to work towards.
And would it be fair to say, my observation, a lot of the finals are very cat and mouse, because it's about medals, it's about podiums, a lot of jockeying for position. You can get a little bit of traffic issue. Yeah,
that's generally been the way in all the Olympic finals and stuff I've seen, except for the last kind of 2 years. There's kind of been a couple of guys who, or 2 or 3 years, a couple of guys who have just been like a horse with their blinds on and just pinned it, and then everyone has just end up chasing. And so that's kind of the position I found myself in at Com Games, and I just went, "Whoa, that was a fast first lap. All right, let's get rolling and hold on for dear life." And so yeah, it's been a bit of a change the last few years, but who knows? It could change next race.
And for a number of years, you've been based in America, you've been in the NCAA system, you've stepped out of that, and you're like a fully fledged, no alliance to a college. How's that transition been, just doing it all for yourself?
It's been pretty cool. I have come back to my high school coach, Craig Kirkwood. I signed a professional contract with Puma Running in January of 2022, or even December 2021, somewhere around that time. And so this year's been pretty awesome having that transition with them supporting me financially. And then, CK's got an awesome squad over in Tauranga now. And so we're kind of getting some youth development athletes coming through. And it's close to home. I've got all the things that make me fast, like Craig's famous saying is "Happy Sam is fast Sam," and so all those things that kind of tick the boxes for me to be quick on the day are here and in Papamoa. So I'm enjoying this year. Yeah.
Nice. Yes, my sister lives in Papamoa. I've spent quite a bit of time there over Christmas, New Year. It's a wonderful place, and also I think Hayden Wild's based down that way. And you do a bit of training with our triathlete champion.
Yes, absolutely. We were just talking at the track today with Craig because we share the same coach, and we're planning a trip or a house together in Europe somewhere this year, which is going to be pretty nice. And so we're going to actually get to train together for the first time in several months, which is going to be exciting. So that's coming up, and we always get to enjoy each other's company when we're both home.
Nice. And your coach said Happy Sam is fast Sam. Apart from running good times, what makes Sam Tanner happy? I hear you're a bit of a muso. We know you love surfing, which probably means skateboarding as well, which I'd imagine your coach just freaking out you're going to do an ankle or something, or a knee or something like that. But music's in your blood as well.
Yeah. We've got a little bit of kind of a low-key separated band kind of thing that comes together, and we jam every now and then. No necessary gigs on the horizon unless someone wants to recruit us, but it's definitely a big hobby of mine. And I think if I was to be professional in another sport or another area of life or famous, it would probably be being a muso or a professional surfer. So you kind of hit the nail on the head with those two.
Bang on. Are you comfortable being a full-time athlete?
Yeah, I get a little bored every now and then. Today I've got a couple hours to waste to just relax and recover after my gym and run before my next run. But I've got a couple of housework jobs that I got to do because my wife's at work, and so I'm the house husband, which is always fun.
You can go and have a coffee at Henry and Ted's with the other house husbands.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
Hey, mate, Cook's Gardens, it's a venue steeped in history, synonymous with Peter Snell, obviously. But do you take on board the historical significance of where you're racing this weekend?
Yeah, definitely. It's a track that it means a lot to me, even because the first time I ran on it, I ran with Nick Willis on it. And I broke his own record, his junior record, and he paced me. So it's, as well as the history it has before me, it's also got history that I'm becoming a part of. And so it's been pretty cool to go down there, and I'm really looking forward to this weekend and see what I can do this weekend.
Are you a record chaser? I think John Walker still holds the mile record for New Zealand, I think.
Yeah, he does. 3:49.08, and so that's this year's goal. I think if the right race comes, that's what we're going to try hit.
Awesome. We've got Rosie Elliott coming up later on in the show, and I'm going to be asking her about her pre-race routine and post-race celebration if you achieve what you want to do. What does the day of the race look like for you before you race?
Oh, I think we're going to actually come down either Friday night or Saturday morning before the race, but we'll have a pretty low-key breakfast, make our way down, and maybe go for a jog, stop off at Taupo. And yeah, pre-race, I like, sounds a little crazy, but I'll let you in a little secret. It's baby food. So I smashed back two pear, banana, blueberries sachets full of baby food. So, the old 3 months plus is the best.
I love that. It's okay. So, that's amazing. And you go to Whanganui and you've performed well, and you're allowed a cheat meal. Coach says you're allowed a cheat meal. What you go to? Do you get into anything weird?
Nah, Burger Fuel. Absolutely, I absolutely love Burger Fuel. So if the Burger Fuel owners listening, then hook us up. That'd be awesome.
Mate, awesome. Hey, listen, fantastic to chat to you today, Sam. Amazing achievements last year, particularly the Com Games. I couldn't be more stoked for you, and looking forward to following your progress over the summer and continuing on into 2023. Go well.